It's a pleasure to be here with you. I thank the organizer to invite me and all the participants. This forum is part of a journey we are doing together to engine the future of our cities. Over the past year and a half, it was mentioned, I've organized a series of intense high-level dialogue in Brussels and also in my home country, Italy, to support autonomous vehicle. Also, an alliance of 60 Italian cities was born to say, let's experiment in our cities autonomous vehicle. We have brought together in the event stakeholders from 20 different countries, ranging from the biggest tech giants to the smallest startups. And even the energy I felt today, the ideas confirmed that we found in those meetings that the autonomous evolution is no longer a question of why and when, then we are in London, and where is also an answer, but it's a question of how. And 2026 needs to be the moment in which we finally change gears and accelerate in this revolution. And I want Europe to be in. For too long, Europe has been a continent of pilot projects. We are full of fantastic pilot projects, but the world is not testing anymore. They are implementing services. And we risk to lose the opportunity if we don't accelerate. Because if we go to the United States, I was in California some months ago to see directly by my eyes what's happening. And China, large-scale commercialization is happening. And so this is the year Europe should decide not just to participate and decide if opening the market to other technologies or trying to invest but a little in our, but it's the moment we have the last opportunity to decide if we want to lead. We have the talent, we have the history, we have the university, we have, when I was in California, I was really not surprised, but I mentioned the fact that I only met Italian engineers working for American tech on this topic, and why they had to go to California and they don't have the same opportunity to work in our continent. And also the approach of what automotive is has changed. For example, if you see the Zoox car, you see it's fantastic, even is an aesthetic. In fact, it is made in Modena, Italy. And if Italian design, we're really proud of it. But if we go back of 2 decades, we would say that it would be an Italian car with some American technology in. Now, where is the value of a new car? It's all in the brain, no more in the other parts of the car. And this is something that even at EU level, we should talk more. I'm quite happy that in the Automotive Action Plan by the Commission, it was mentioned for the first time that autonomous vehicle exists, and we should do something in 2026. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. It wasn't mentioned, so it's something new. But the center of the debate is still engine, electric vehicles. Is still the engine the center of a vehicle, or it's the battle of yesterday and we are not focusing on what's happening next? And it's only a matter of politicians and politics and the Commission, or it's the fact that every stakeholder I met in Brussels, they're asking about the engine and not about the technology. And it's me that I had to look for wonderful stakeholder like you to talk about what's happening really in the world. So this is a point, and it is something that you must face because we are in London, And it's impressive, and it's something I don't want to happen, that you have the impression that if you are outside you, it's easy to make tests. Our friend from Switzerland said the same. And so we have to do something different. We have to demonstrate first that we are one Europe and not 27 different markets. And about car sector, it is really clear because we have 27 different road rules. That is why the main point I would mention at EU level, and I hope that even in the automotive action plan, we could let it enter in some way, I'm not sure, but I will try, is that we need a European agency for mobility. And mainly, we need it for several motivations, but mainly we need it for autonomous vehicles, because we need to have one single way to test, one single way to data collect. And we can't imagine that 27 countries made their single data collect, because we lose time, we lose experience. We also lose safety, because it's possible that splitting the result, we don't see some problems that we need to face. And mainly, we lose time in a moment where time is part of the challenge. So we must move faster. We are well known to think that safety comes first instead of speed, and we want to go in this direction. But many data we have said that autonomous vehicles are safer than older people driving. So we need to do something to use this technology to be safer. European Mobility Agency, as I said, could help. Second point, it's not only and not mainly a matter of rules that we should improve, but without money you can't make innovation. If we see many startups, many European startups, they are, for the first vehicle, quite similar to American startups. If you go and see the autonomous vehicle race car that they organize, the European university always win, or mainly always. The main problem is that we are good to make a race, but they have the money to make 100 or 1,000 cars. So it's also a matter of money. And we have to work in two directions. First, it is a technology that can create value. So we need private to invest here. It's a problem not only about autonomous vehicles, it's a problem connected to AI, etc. But we need to push private investors to support European companies. What can the private and the European Union do? I think, honestly, we have to change our strategy. We supported economically with a few money a lot of projects. But if it's no more the moment of testing, but to scale up, we should decide who is ready and to support the few that are ready, that could be the European champions, and can grow up and give also a sign to the market that it's the place to invest if you want to go up in Europe. Then, and it was very important, the last panel, and I really appreciated it, because technology is not for technology. Technology should be for people. So what we want to do with this technology? At the moment, of course, we have mainly robotaxi. Why? Because the market think that robotaxi can make value for the market. I respect it, and I'm not against markets. But I think that at the EU level, all the cities we talk, all the citizens we talk, they expect to have more public transport. We are lacking of drivers. We are lacking of service in the connection outside the city. We don't have services at the rural area. There is less value for the investor, yes. We should respect it, but we should also take in consideration that we have to support the creation of those services, that we imagine not that they are part of a public transport strategy for the new century. Public transport has to change, has to be much competitive. Autonomous vehicle can help and can be also a way to increase the services. Otherwise, I have also to mention that it's not so easy to compete against taxi in the European cities. So it's also an opportunity to find a market. So in conclusion, I think that conferences like that are still very important, because there is not such aware in European citizens, European decision maker, that it's a revolution that is happening. It's something still on the future. Yes, maybe the car will be autonomous drive, maybe they will fly, etc., etc. No, it's not the same, exactly the same level of future. This is present, the other is, we'll see when it happens. So we need to enforce and support the coalition of people supporting that is something happening, and we have to be part of the race. I have to be sincere. In Brussels, this is not so clear at the moment. And we are really happy because in the last week they made, they authorized the large-scale valet parking in autonomous way. It's fantastic, but it's one of the 10 things we would expect for 2026, and not the only one for this trimester. So we have to push to have more, to have fast, to convince people that we are a place to invest, to do it together. That is very European. It's not against public transport, but it's with public transport. It's not against cities, but as the City Alliance in Italy, it's somebody that you can ask how to do that way. And we have to go on working together. And in my new role, 2 months ago, 1 month ago, 2 months ago, I was elected chair of the ENVI committee at the European Parliament. This is one of the most important committees in the Parliament. The Automotive Action Plan belongs to the ENVI committee. I want to be part of this work we have to do together, because if we don't do that, we will have autonomous vehicle in the list of complaint of the innovation happened abroad and not in our country. But I think we are not over. I think it's still time we can do a sprint and be part of the game, not only because we open the market, but because we have technologies, we have people, we have brains, and I want they stay in Europe and have the opportunity to develop their ideas. Thank you so much.